I remember when I was young, I had trouble sleeping, so I might have had some type of sleeping disorder of some sort, but I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't sure what it was. I just remembered not being able to sleep. So I was like, I need to do something about this. I want to have restful sleeps. How can I do this? And what I did was I just got involved in so many things, a lot of like sports and a lot of like extracurriculars, but mostly like I was a lot more physical. And I did grow up as a chubby kid, and I definitely wanted to. There was definitely a part of me that wanted to belong to with everyone else, and where my head went at that moment was I need to get skinnier for people to accept me, and I mean, like I was able to achieve that by like getting involved in all these things, and I found myself to be able to sleep better once I started doing all these things. But yeah, I quickly realized that I was skinny and I was accepted by my peers, but it wasn't because of that. It was because I built like these relationships and friendships through fitness. We would work out together, we'd play together, and like I realized that it wasn't about me losing weight that made me connections, made me like be accepted into these groups, but it was because I like made the effort to like be with these people and like encourage them when they were struggling and have them encourage me when I was struggling, that like made that connection and like made me accepted and made me belong in these groups. When I immigrated from Philippines to Canada, and I remember my first day in elementary school, I was put in a class where it was French class, and I had no idea what French was. I had very little English speaking abilities, and a teacher told me, "Oh, we were going around the class saying like French words or French phrases," and it came to me, and I was like, I don't even know like what to say, and I remember just like the whole class laughing at me, and that like scarred me, and I felt like an outsider from that. And also, at our recess that day, I went up to a few kids and like I wanted to like make friends, and I tried to talk to them, but they like quickly like rejected me, I guess, because like I couldn't speak English, and I was this random kid that just came in. And I think, yeah, from then on, I just felt like an outsider, and it was really tough for me to make friends from then on, because of that experience. And then I went to a new school, and at this point, I gained a little bit of weight because of all the amazing new foods that I've discovered in Canada, and at that point, when I got into this new school, I started hearing comments about my chubbiness, and I'd hear it from, I mean, like, I had siblings and my parents, and my siblings would like tease me about being chubby, and just because it was already something that I was teased about in school, it was something that I took really personal, and I was in this space where I was like, okay, I'm chubby, like, I don't like it. I either have to accept it, which I couldn't at that time, or have to do something about it. And funny enough, at that same time, I was also having a hard time sleeping. And I think it was hand in hand, like the fact that I felt isolated, and I felt like I was, like bullied. That's probably why I wasn't able to sleep, just because I was worried about all these things, like me being chubby and me not making friends, and so that's really when I started like going really hard on being active and like because like it made sense for me at that time, like, okay, I can be super active and tire myself out, and I can also lose a lot of weight. And yeah, that's so I started going. I started joining all these groups, joining all these school sports, and being super active. And that's when I did lose the weight eventually. But I realized after that that's not really that, like, the losing weight wasn't really what made me belong to this people, made me friends. It was the moments where I was able to push one another, push the other people that I was working out with, and moments where they supported me when I was struggling. That's when I realized that it's not really all about, like, oh, losing weight is what's gonna get me acceptance into groups. It was like this friendship and camaraderie and like support with one another that does get me into these like super awesome like relationships with other people. What I do now for my job is I bring people together for events, and I connect people with other professionals in the fitness industry. In a sense, that's like what I do. But yeah, I'm in charge of like community relations and community events, and I guess like through that experience, realizing that like, yeah, fitness is awesome. Like it'll give you these results that you wanted, but it also, like, if you do it in a way that you like are supporting each other, and like you're in this like group of people that have similar goals, that yeah, there's like going to be that sense of belonging, sense of acceptance, if you are like supporting one another, pushing each other, and being there for each other when you guys are on your highs and lows. I guess the last thing that I would recommend people doing is to get out there and either build a community around you or join a community around you that aligns with your goals. Yeah, working at Lululemon here made me realize how much more enjoyable it is to be fit and like work out with other people that have those similar views, similar goals. Because yeah, we really can't do anything alone. Maybe like you can push the 100-pound dumbbell yourself, but when the moments come when your mind starts telling you all these negative thoughts, it's really hard for a lot of people to just get their mindset out of that, and like get their shut off that voice in your head that's saying like, oh, you're too fat, or you're too weak, you don't look good enough. And one of the best ways of dealing that is just like connecting with people and sharing that you are having these thoughts, and yeah, those people around you that have those similar mindsets, similar goals, will definitely help you get out of that and help you motivate. So never ever think that you're alone, and there's lots of people out there that want to help, that want to push you, want to motivate you to reach your goals. So yeah, make sure that you just surround yourself with people, have fun doing it, be fully present when you are doing your workouts or anything really, and just enjoy all the goods and bads to it, and just remember that it's a process and that the results will be a byproduct of your whole entire journey.